The Detroit Lions have gone through just about all the adversity you can think of this season, but they remain one of the best teams in the NFL, arguably the best team in the NFL now that they're 14-2. First off, I just want to say, look at this injury report. This is absolutely insane. The amount of players that this team has on IR, meaning they're probably not going to be returning any point the rest of this season, including the playoffs, is absolutely ridiculous. Most teams would have had a drop-off. Remember Aiden Hutchinson's injury versus the Dallas Cowboys? That was horrific. Aiden McNeil, all-pro. Carlton Davis, one of the better defensive backs in the league. The Detroit Lions, through all this adversity, are still one of the best teams in the NFL, and that's a massive congratulations to Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, and Ben Johnson, who's a phenomenal offense coordinator. That injury report only showed the defensive side of the ball. The Detroit Lions will be the rest of the season without their star running back, David Montgomery, who had 12 touchdowns and over 750 yards. He was a fan favorite among fans, so the fact that he's out the rest of the season sucks. They have just defeated the San Francisco 49ers 40-34. In this game, it looked like they were about to get blown out. They could not stop the San Francisco 49ers and Brock Purdy. But hey, through all the adversity like Dan Campbell does, they go out and they find a way to win. That's a massive congratulations to the Detroit Lions. I'm worried about the San Francisco 49ers long term. This video is not about them, but the Detroit Lions came through, figured out what they needed to do. Kirby Joseph, 2 interceptions on the day. He is phenomenal. He has 9 interceptions on this season. That leads the NFL. He had John Lynch, the 49ers GM, stressing out in the box. It was so entertaining to see. 9 interceptions for Kirby Joseph is absolutely insane. The fact that the Detroit Lions do these hook and lateral plays like it's practice is absolutely insane. They're starting to have to rely on these plays a little bit more because it seems like it's becoming a big part of their offense. You see Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs do it a lot. The Detroit Lions do it on a regular basis, and they script those plays too. So they're going out there practicing them. They do it with regularity now, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Regardless what happens with the Detroit Lions next week versus the Minnesota Vikings or later on in the playoffs, they're going to significantly miss offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, who is one of the most highly touted offensive coordinators to come out to be a head coach in a very long time, if not of all time. He is going to be getting a lot of money. Teams are going to be saying, hey, here's a blank check. Tell me how much you want. Jacksonville Jaguars, Chicago Bears are the 2 teams I am looking at for him to go to. I think he could come in and fix those teams. He's a phenomenal offense coordinator. He has done absolutely nothing but amazing things for the Detroit Lions. Either then, all the injuries that are piling up for the Detroit Lions, the only other little concern I have for them is them always going for it on 4th down like it's Madden. I'm personally a Chargers fan, so I witnessed this a lot with Brandon Staley, and most of the time it backfired. It hasn't particularly backfired for the Detroit Lions yet, but I know that there's going to come a time and point where it may, and then all the fans are going to point to Dan Campbell and be like, hey, why didn't you just take the points? Sometimes the best play is just to kick the field goal. They be going for it on 4th and 7, 4th and 8. I know it gets the crowd hype. I know the fans and the players love to do it, but sometimes the best play is just to take the 3. Next week, final game of the season, game 272, we will have the 14-2 Minnesota Vikings and the 14-2 Detroit Lions. The fact that there's going to be a 14-win team that's going to be the 5th seed is very crazy to me. I didn't think that that would ever happen. The Detroit Lions desperately need that game. They need that first-round bye. They need that home field advantage. If the Minnesota Vikings get it, congratulations to them. But I think the Detroit Lions need to go out there and get that game. They need to get their guys healthy. So I'm going to be looking forward to that game. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.